We're William and Wendy Kalani, and this is our story. I grew up on the North Shore. Wendy grew up in Kaneohe. My first memory was being choked by my father for chewing tobacco incorrectly. So my parents were both alcoholics, drug addicts, very abusive. My parents would make me go steal from the neighbors to pay for their alcohol and drugs. They would make me and my brother then fight. You fight and whoever win would get to stay up late. There's a lot of craziness growing up for me. That was normal to me. I did get caught. I got caught a few times. I got caught, got arrested, came back home, got lickings or whatever for getting caught. Other than that, I was sent back out with me and my older brother. Would send us back out for steal something else. So I never knew how to have a relationship with anybody or anything.
So I grew up in Kaneohe. I was born and raised there in a small cul-de-sac, and we had a pretty much ideal life, just playing out in the streets until the street lights came on, and that's the way we grew up. And my parents sent most of us to private school. And so every Sunday they would send the four of us and walk down to church while they stayed home, and it was their time, but they knew that there was value in sending us. So yeah, we met two friends, and at the time, he was still getting into trouble. He was still that person that he just described. So he was still, getting into trouble, robbing people, hurting people. But I always knew that there was something about him, and I really, I think God placed him in my life for some reason. It's a God thing. And so we stuck it out.
I had a pretty bad reputation. I was very violent. I was a very violent kid growing up. My mom used to use that to her advantage with people in the drug scene. I was in the drug scene a lot. That was my upbringing, my parents, whatever. So I grew up around there. But as I got older, I got more vicious towards everybody. And then my mom would use that as threats to everybody else. I never had friends. Well, I knew a lot of people. I know choke people, but I never had friends.
We had just found out we were pregnant. And then shortly after, probably maybe a month after, he goes to jail. He gets arrested, and he knew that we were expecting, but he just couldn't change his lifestyle, So he got arrested. It was very difficult to have to go through that, and then he got sentenced for 10 years was his sentence, right? Yeah. And then he got out on parole. It was never easy. No matter what the situation was, where you have hope in that next situation, it was never as easy as it seemed. Worried about him every night. And so at that time, it was my faith in God. Still praying for him every night. Just reaching out to friends, like Kiana and Kayan. And at that point, nobody knew what we were going through. I never revealed any of that to anybody, really. But I knew I could trust them. And I knew that they wouldn't judge or anything like that. And so they prayed every night. We all prayed.
I don't talk much. I hardly talk. This is the most anybody at church is ever going to see me talk. So when I go to one, I still don't talk. I once in a while I'll say something, but I rarely talk. So, and I guess they didn't want to probe. Is that the right word? Just don't want to probe or anything like that. I never did feel pressured or judged ever with them. So that's why I love those guys so much. I've always had a trouble trusting people. And faith is trust. That was my biggest struggle. It always was, it still kind of is. But over with all of my experiences and our past, it's better now. You know, like I believe, I know God exists. I trust in Him, but it's changed like crazy how much more different it is, you know, and how much I believe more, you know. My hope for this interview is that it could give hope, it could help people. I mean, you know what I mean? We all get the same story pretty much, but I hope that somehow it reaches somebody and it saves people, you know, or saves their family, saves some family. That's the main thing. If I could save families, that would be like the best thing in the world, you know? Because mine was, we lost that fight.
God transforms, He heals, and He saves. His love is unconditional. If we can save families and marriages by sharing our story, we do this over and over again.
Yeah. All day.